tucks or chin retractions, head retractions, lots of different names for the same exercise, are a really lovely way to strengthen up the muscles of the neck in a nice balanced way. Seated in a chair is a great way to learn how to do this, but we can do them anywhere, anytime, standing, sitting, in the car, lying down, lying on our front, lying on our back, all sorts of different ways. So fundamentally what we're looking for is a lovely sense of space and length in the back of the neck as we get the deep muscles of the neck to activate. Start off by putting 2 fingers on your chin. Now, the placement of this is simply a point of reference, okay? So you're just keeping the fingers where they are and they're helping you to perceive where your head is in space. Your head is going to move towards the wall behind you, but what we want is the chin to pull a little bit in towards the neck rather than lifting upwards. So for most of us, if we say move your head towards the wall behind you, we tend to do this. Can you see that I have shortened the back of my neck quite a bit and opened up the front of my neck? And we want to do the opposite. So we want to really feel a lengthening in the back of our neck, and we want to feel this strong, deep activation in our throat and anterior neck. A good idea is to breathe out as we activate. So picture there's a candle out here in front of you and you're blowing out that candle. So we want a slow, steady stream out of your mouth, going straight out, not going up towards the ceiling. Your gaze will stay level. So think about where your eyeballs are in your eye socket, and they should stay where they are. If we find that our eyeballs are tipping down, we're probably moving upwards, or it might be that we're sort of overcooking it and we're starting to look out a little bit underneath our upper eyelashes. So your gaze stays level, and we pull the head backwards. Now, as you can visually see here, the back of my neck has become quite lengthened. A nice image here is to imagine the hairline here at the base of your skull. And imagine you've got a ponytail, and that ponytail is being gently drawn up towards the ceiling. And you can visually see again this lovely lengthening. And particularly we want to feel the space in the base of the skull. So we like to feel that there's a roominess here as we do that movement. When we inhale, we're simply just relaxing. So we're not looking to push the chin back towards the fingers. We're drawing the chin away. That's our action. And then we're simply relaxing as they come back again. The fingers are simply there as, say, a point of reference. So once you get comfortable and familiar with what you're doing, you don't need the fingers there, okay? As I say, we can do this seated in a car. We could do it sitting at our desk. We could do it just standing in a queue. We can make the same little movement. So our chin retractions, head retraction, wonderful exercise. Further strengthening our neck can involve using a resistance band. I'm using a green one here. A red one would be quite appropriate as well. When we add load, we want to think about that we're comfortable in doing so. So get good at the chin tucks first of all, and feel that that's a nice strong movement, and you're feeling good and you're feeling confident in making it, and that it's pain-free. I'm going to just take my hair clip out here because that'll be in the way for the next one. So basically we're going to be making our chin tuck using the band for resistance. So you're going to wrap it around the back of the head and you're holding it in the hands. So we want the arms to be reasonably comfortable and relaxed here. So make sure that you're not sort of tugging too far forward. Fiddle around to find where you've got a little bit of resistance on the band, but you're not sort of bunching up with the shoulders. Your shoulder blades are down your back in a nice, comfortable V shape downwards. Okay, so nice and soft to the shoulder blades. You're sitting up nice and tall, and I would suggest doing this one in a chair. It just helps you to take out some of the potential for moving the back with this movement. So a little bit of tension on the band, and we're making our chin tuck movement here. So we're pulling the chin back in towards the throat. Our gaze is staying level. And as you can see, it's a pretty small movement. Okay, so I have a little bit of tension here on the band. We don't need to make a huge big movement here because then we'll tend to recruit other muscles in the body and the torso. Now you will probably feel your deep core working. You may feel right down low in your belly muscle activation here, but your neck muscles are the target. Now we can add in a little twist. Okay, so always good to add in a little twist to things. Make your chin tuck, pulling the head back, and then try making a few little rotation movements. So we're looking to particularly to keep the sense of space in the base of the skull. So remember where our hairline is, okay, where that ponytail was being pulled gently upwards. We want to keep that space there. So what we don't want to feel is that the head is throwing back into the band. And we're maintaining that little bit of chin retraction as we make the movement. So that's a nice little variation to add a little bit more effort to a chin tuck exercise. Loading our neck muscles with the weight of the head is another wonderful way to strengthen our neck muscles. So lying on your back, your head is supported by the floor. We're going to make your neck muscles take the weight of the head. So this is a significant progression on our chin tuck exercise. So do consider this as something that when you feel you're nice and strong with the chin tuck and you've done some of those band resistance exercises, we can move on to this exercise. And always start off just with a few repetitions so that you establish a trust in the movement and then progress gradually to increased repetitions. So we're lying on the back and we're going to do our chin tuck here. Now you can visually see I'm not able to pull my head backwards because it's resting on the floor already. Now we may notice that our default is with the chin a little bit raised upwards. So this is quite normal for a lot of people to have the chin raised up. And if you do feel that you'd like a little support onto the head, do put a folded blanket or a towel or something underneath that if that would make you more comfortable. But we would like to progress to having the head flat on the floor. As we make our chin tuck movement here, we can feel the head pressing a little bit into the floor, but our chin is drawing in towards our throat. So we're not creating the tension by pressing the head into the floor and having the chin raise upwards. Okay, we're really feeling that downward action of the chin. After a few of those, we are going to progress to lifting the head off of the floor. So the chin pulls a little bit towards the throat, and then we lift the head up off the floor, and then we lower it back down again. So as you can see, it's a really tiny movement. We're not looking to do this. So can you see that that's sort of counteracting a lot of what we're trying to achieve here, which is this nice deep strength in the neck. Throughout, we keep the space in the base of the skull, so where your hairline is. And a nice idea just to even just rub your fingers across the hairline there, just to give that sensory input so that you really know this is where I want to keep a little bit of space. So we pull the chin in towards the throat, and then we simply lift the head slightly off the floor. Imagine that somebody's going to slide a piece of paper underneath your head and you're lifting just enough for them to slide the paper in and then returning back down. So the action of lifting the head is the load and resistance. We don't need to lift high here. Now, I'm going to ask you to place your fingertips on your belly. Okay. Now, if we lift up our head and look at our knees, can you feel the muscles in your belly activate? So I want you to transfer the effort all up into the muscles of the neck. So see, can we make our little chin retraction? And can we lift the head? And can we try to keep the belly muscles as uninvolved as possible? And that sounds simple, but it's not. So you're tucking the chin, you're lifting the head, and your fingertips are monitoring tension in your belly, and you're looking to let it go. You may find that when we focus on this, we start lifting the head higher. So remember, it's just enough for somebody to slide a piece of paper underneath. So, neck sit-ups, not simple, not easy, but beautifully effective for that deep strength in the neck. Our final variation in neck strengthening is going to repeat our chin tuck anterior neck strengthening, but we're going to integrate it with some mid to upper back strengthening. Okay, so if our head is going forward and we've got all this shortening in the back of our neck, we are generally sort of lengthening and stretching in this area of the upper back. So it makes sense that if we can bring a little bit of this activation, it's going to blend nicely with what we're trying to achieve here. So get a folded towel, just a small little towel, and place that against the wall. You're going to stand right in very close to the wall, okay? And you're going to hold the towel there with your forehead. So a bigger towel might be necessary if you have a big nose like me, but basically the pad is there just to give you feedback. So feel that just simply by coming into this position, we have gone into a slight little bit of that chin tuck. Remember where we rubbed our fingers across the base of the skull, so maybe just give a little rub there again. So the base of the skull where your hairline is, we're giving that nice little sensory input and we're going, this is where I want to keep some space. Now notice as we create a little bit of space there, holding our towel against the wall, we've got a really nice co-contraction deep in your deep abdominals and so on. Now we're going to bring our arms up into a Y shape on the wall. So your palms are resting against the wall and your arms are in a Y. Now do adjust according to what's acceptable for you. So if this is causing a lot of discomfort or nasty feelings in the arms, we can bring the arms down into more of a W or a sort of a goal post sort of a placement. Okay, so if we can, reaching up nice and long in a Y. Now we're going to create our little chin tuck so we can feel the length in the back of the neck and we can feel our chin drawing a little bit towards our throat, but we're still keeping our forehead resting on that towel. So we're not pushing hard into the towel, we're simply holding it in place. Now breathe out and lift your arms off the wall. Breathe in as you return them to the wall. As you lift your arms off the wall, you can really feel your shoulder muscles activating and focus on sort of drawing the shoulder blades a little bit down into your hip pockets. So visualize the points at the bottom of your shoulder blades. We're looking to draw them down into your back pockets. We can add in a little tweak to this as we lift the arms off. Turn your thumbs towards the wall behind you. So picture your thumbs turning, trying to reach towards the wall behind you. Keep your forehead holding the towel in place by resting on it, not pressing into it. And if we can, keep just a little bit of activation of that chin tuck position. Breathe out as your thumbs reach towards the wall behind you. Breathing in as they return back to the wall. So a very effective exercise for creating this lovely teamwork in your neck muscles, your upper back muscles and your shoulder muscles. Lots of bonus points going on there along with the neck strengthening.